What's going on, guys? Failed to listen. Welcome back to more Failed Thoughts, and in this video I thought we would do something just a little bit different, something that would benefit me, you guys as the viewer or content creators if you're thinking about doing some content of your own here on YouTube, or you're already creating content here on YouTube. This is going to help everyone. Now, in the grand scheme of things, I have a very small, irrelevant channel, right? I have a decent fan base. You guys, I appreciate the support, I really do. And I'm sure that this is something that, hasn't just come from the bottom, right? The bottom of the barrel, like the less relevant people on YouTube. I am certain that a lot of the more relevant, bigger channels have complained to Google or YouTube about this very same issue, but I don't know if we're being loud enough. I don't know if we're saying enough, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend like Google hasn't, made big improvements to, their, processing techniques after they receive your video, after you upload it to their servers. I'm not saying that they have not made improvements. In some ways, I feel like they've downgraded a bit, but in other ways they have. They didn't have to give us 60 frames a second. They didn't have to give us, 1080p, 1440p. I mean, they could have stayed at 720p, 30 FPS with really low bit rates forever. You know what I mean? It could have been that way, but you have to appreciate it. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like they haven't done anything. I'm sure things will get better, but maybe if more of us speak out, we can, possibly, very possibly speed up the process. If you're looking at Google or YouTube's official guidelines for how they want you to, render your video, what bit rate, so on and so forth, different frame rates for each resolution and things like that, you can see that 4K has a very unfair advantage. I know a lot of that has to do with the resolution itself, but for 4K, right, and I could upscale at 4K when I render my videos, but I don't really want to do that. I think a lot of us don't. The rendering times are going to, go up, way up in some cases, depending on your PC, and I'm not looking to do that. I understand that the average speeds in the US as well as some of the other countries are playing a factor here, why they don't just allow crazy bit rates for anything that you want, for any resolution, for any frame rate. I totally understand that, but I think it's also not my problem as the content creator. If you can't watch above, 360p, 480p, 720, that's really not my issue. I want to put out a 1080p video here on YouTube, and I want the bit rate to be, close to what the raw file is, and usually that's anywhere from 35 Mbps to 50 or 60 or something. So I want to put that type of quality out, because if you look at this is the issue. If you look at some games, and you can go and look at the Witcher 3 video that I did yesterday, it looks good, it looks nice, 1080p, 60 frames a second, but if you watch some of my other videos, it is not the same. So what happens is in games like Witcher 3 that, there's a lot going on, a lot of different movement with foliage, different things with a lot of grass, trees, bushes, things just kind of popping in on the screen at one time. I think it's probably not good. I'm not entirely sure. I've heard there's like tricks and different ways to go about it. And it's not good to run motion blur in your games if you're looking to upload to YouTube. It won't always do you the best of favors, but you can see that here on the guidelines, the most they allow is 12 Mbps. So if you're rendering in Sony Vegas, I couldn't really speak to After Effects or anything else, but if a lot of us render in Sony Vegas, that would be 12 million, right? For your bit rate, whether you're going constant or variable, and that's crap. That is crap for a game like Witcher 3. For something like Slain or something else, it's a little more slow pace with a little bit less happening on screen, or just streaming with the game itself. All games stream things differently down the pipeline, right? But with a game like Witcher 3, obviously we need higher bit rate, and it's not just Witcher 3. Dying Light, I think, looks pretty good. I think it looks better than The Witcher 3 on YouTube. It doesn't matter what. Here's the thing, that's another thing that we should get into. Some people seem to think that even though this says 12 Mbps is the most they allow, I think it's actually 15 Mbps for 1080p 60 frames a second. I think. Don't quote me on that. But with that being said, 12 Mbps, 15 it doesn't really matter because the that's the most they allow. That is the most that YouTube will allow. And if you go beyond that, it's not going to make a damn bit of difference. Like they're still going to, process the video and use those techniques the same way that they always do. And actually, I've heard if you get it as close as possible to what they recommend, you're going to get even better quality because they have to do less work on the end of that. You know what I mean? Once you upload to their servers and such. So making less work for them means just a better overall video from what I understand. But I think it's absolute crap when you look at some of these games like Witcher 3, and there's probably a lot of others that I could mention, but just because I've uploaded a lot of Witcher 3 stuff as of recently, I'm pointing to games like that. And it's not every fast-moving game. It's not every game that has a lot of stuff happening on screen, because there's some games that come out just fine. But with some of these titles, we just need higher bitrate. It is not my issue that some of these people can't watch the video if it's of a higher bitrate. If I want to run, if I want to render that video at 1080p, 30 Mbps, I want to be able to do that. So the people that can actually watch that are getting the absolute best quality possible. I don't want to, upload at 4K. Like that's not what I'm trying to do here. And that's going to make my files larger. It's going to be, harder on some of you guys that have, less fortunate areas that you live in with garbage internet, or you just don't have the money to pay for, faster speeds in your location, or whatever the case may be. I'm not knocking any of that. I'm just like pointing out the facts. Like some of these are facts. People can't watch some of this stuff. But again, as the content creator, that's not my problem. I want to deliver the best possible quality, and we can't do that until Google and YouTube get their shit together. Like we need to, hashtag better quality, hashtag higher bit rate, something like share this video. I don't care if it's on Reddit, I don't care if it's on NeoGAF, again, all over YouTube. Put this video on your channel. I do not care. Make a video yourself. Twitter, Facebook, wherever you want to share this video. I think we just need to, in those hashtags, like, tweet this out to Google and YouTube. They need to know, and I'm sure they do, but we need to be, again, I think we need to be a little bit louder about this kind of a thing. Like quality is important. Like people really like seeing quality thumbnails. They like seeing quality gameplay on the channel. Like they want to see these videos in a high quality, and some of these games, they just don't allow for that, for the bit rates that YouTube is offering as a maximum limit. 12 Mbps when the raw file is at 50. Like, I don't know if I want to render at 50. Like, that file is going to be huge for like 5 to 10 minutes or more. Like, that is going to be a huge file. I mean, my upload speed is really good, so it's not going to really take me a long time to upload some of these videos, even if they're 2 or 3 gigs in size. It's just a matter of, I don't really want to do that. I want to try to get it as small as I possibly can while still delivering to you guys the best possible quality, the best possible image. And I don't really know what else we can say. I don't really know what else we can do. I'm looking for you guys to, put this out there a little bit more. Like I said, make videos of your own. Tweet this video out, put it on Reddit, whatever you got to do. And it's not like people haven't talked about this before. Like I said, I've subscribed to Total Biscuit. He's like one of the 2 or 3 big YouTubers that I'm subscribed to. I don't watch a lot of big YouTubers. I just don't. Like I don't really watch a lot of people in general anymore, but I'm definitely not subscribed to a lot of relevant YouTubers. And Total Biscuit mentioned this, I don't know, some months ago when he was playing Far Cry Primal, and he was talking about the foliage on the screen, and a lot of grassy areas and stuff with trees in that game, and how it looked really grainy, like there was artifacting and stuff on the screen. It just looks sick. It looks gross, and he's relevant on YouTube, like you would think that they would offer him a little bit more than what they're giving guys like that, but they're not. Like everyone's kind of like stuck on the same playing field. I mean, I'm not trying to, knock anyone else that's not partnered, but I feel like if you are partnered, even if you're just the least bit relevant, you should be getting a little bit higher quality, having that option over anyone else. You know what I mean? Even on Twitch, their partners, right? Their most relevant partners. I think the most that you can upload at or stream at on Twitch is like 3.5 Mbps. That's terrible. And you can watch all the videos you want on YouTube about trying to get the best possible quality from Sony Vegas and After Effects, or trying to get the best streaming quality on Twitch. None of that's going to matter because it's all a game-to-game basis. Like, it's all relevant to the game that you're playing. Like, what's the speed of that game? What's happening in that game? How much is streaming? You know what I mean? It's a number of different things, and nobody can really tell you what the best possible, settings and quality should be, because it's going to be different for everyone. But I will tell you this, just as a side note, on Twitch, if you're streaming, you want to start out at a pretty low bit rate, somewhere between 1800 and 2000. Like, you don't want to jump up any more than that, because a lot of people probably aren't going to be able to watch your stream because their connection just simply isn't good enough. Again, that's not really my problem, but if you're looking to get any sort of viewers or following on Twitch, that's just the way it's got to be. But on YouTube, there's an option for everyone. Everyone has a quality button on YouTube, and if you can't watch at 1080p at the bit rate that I want, all right, knock it down to 720. And if you have to go down to 480, then that's just the way it has to be. At least you get to watch my content. You may not be able to watch my content in the way I would want you to watch my content, but at least I know that there's some people that can. Like, I can finally upload videos at a quality, at a good bit rate that's satisfying for me. Like, I want to feel good about it, and I want you guys to feel good about it too. It's not just like, oh man, I wonder if these people will like my video. I want to like my video. I want to like the quality of that video, the image quality of that video. So that's my take. And like I said, you guys can see here again, what they're offering for, different resolutions and frame rates. It's unacceptable. Like, I'm not going to render videos at 4K just so, like, maybe 10 people that are subscribed to my channel can watch it. Like I said, I'm small, so there's probably not a lot of people that can watch 4K videos on this channel anyway, and do so efficiently. So that's my video. Just a little bit of a rant, a little bit of a ramble there, but share this video, guys. Like, I really I'm not gonna beg you, but I would really appreciate that. And like I said, you guys can do whatever on your own. You don't even have to make a video. Like, just tweet out to Google and YouTube, hey, are you gonna do something about the bitrate issues and quality issues with some of the gameplay on YouTube? It is an issue. It's an issue for everyone. It's an issue for the viewer. It's an issue for the content creator. And that's probably going to wrap it up. But I am going to show different games in this video, and everything is going to be rendered at the same bitrate, at the same settings, and you're going to see the differences. And I'm definitely going to include The Witcher 3 again so you guys can see that, but you are going to see the differences and why this is unacceptable. Some games are going to look fantastic, especially when, not in motion or there's not a lot happening on the screen. With Witcher 3, when you're in a cave or something and it's really dark and maybe you got your torch, then it looks good. Like, it looks fine because there's a lot less happening on the screen. You're not out in the open world, because the worlds, the locations in The Witcher 3 are huge, right? There's a lot going on. There's a lot for the game to do there. So that's going to be it, man. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. I know this video was long, and I've probably repeated, many different things or regurgitated something in a different way a few times, but we need more awareness on the quality issue on YouTube. So thank you guys so much. You take care, take it easy, have a good night. Peace.